execute? What tools are they going to put into the hands of their warriors as we jump right into the draft of Game 3? Current score 1-1, FENIX versus EVOS Legends.
Something to note, their side choice, again,
What's it gonna be?
blue has been heavy, and if it's up to FENIX,
Oh,
then...
it's trade. Oh no, it's the
No!
same.
They stay blue!
It's going to be the same thing all over again, isn't it?
Looks like so far in the bans.
Same bands, exactly the same. No changes at all.
These teams are ready to go. They are banning these things out fast. They're just going boom, 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 each and every one. FENIX, they want to get the show on the road. They're still hot and ready to take on EVOS Legends. EVOS Legends slowing it down, making sure that they have momentum, resetting to make sure. Let's keep in mind, the conditioning is still there from game number 1 for the side of FENIX, and they needed to reset in game number 2 if they wanted to win that out.
Of course, they close up the banning phase with the same 3 heroes per side.
Same.
Literally. So he's gonna be the E first.
Oh,
they steal it away.
there you go. There you go.
They S it away. They steal it away.
Stand tall, stand proud, Leo. He's standing up right now, by the way.
I don't know why I had the shortcut steal, but yes.
But yes, the Lancelot finally going into the hands of Heian, and now EVOS Legends looking to respond. It'd be so funny if both teams just switched compositions.
Eve Hijime is something that it is his comfort pick.
He's amazing on the Eve, but I think he knows. But with that knowledge, does he pick up the Eve and say, you know what, I can outplay the Kadira. It's not favorable, but I know how to do it.
I think he does. Hijime is known for playing this Eve. His Eve was literally, one of the standout picks for him. It's his signature, and they will go for it with a Kaja as well.
I love it. I love the fact that at least for EVOS, they're not going to be like, we're not going to take your entire composition. We got to make sure that we do have insurance policies in place, and this time it's going to be in that Kaja. Kaja, super important here because, again, if Heian is able to get on top of that turtle pit, he's got a very good chance to beat Taz in that retry battle. It truly is a 50-50, but with a single Divine Judgment, he can turn that 50 to 100%.
If FENIX don't pick a gold laner here that can do well against carry or just pick up the carry, it's gonna be carry next.
Nope.
We were all hopeful. We were all looking there. It's like, did he get it? Did he get it? But it's going to be Beatrix once more. I do think it is still a little risky, but I do like seeing the Kadira getting into the hands of FENIX.
All right, so with that, we are going to limit test Hijime. He's been playing around Kadiras as an Eve in MPLID. I wonder if he's ready for a Burmese Kadira.
Oh, we'll see, man. Again, though, Eve, Kaja, you need someone to help that Kaja burst down some members, and honestly, the best choice would still be that carry. The carry against the Beatrix isn't that bad. If you go for the Purify as well, up against the Kadira, you can survive. So I still see this as a viable choice that EVOS Legends can go for. And if they want to go for the carry, it has to happen now because it will 100% get banned out in the second phase.
Also something to note, there is an absence of dragons that are big and black.
Ooh.
That's a good point. I love how you finish your line and instantly Lapu gets locked right in. The timing could not be more perfect.
And then, they're going to ban the Yuzhong.
I was hoping for the timing to actually work out there, but well, let's see. Let's see whether this is actually going to be the case, right?
Considering it.
Here's the thing, right? I was hoping to see maybe even a Harith option here coming in from the side for EVOS Legends. You know, Brance has played it before, and I think it actually does pretty well, especially if they're going to be playing gold lane centric, and they need to start smashing this matchup against Benny.
I don't know. Looking at it, you know, he's had a few or many moments to go for the Harith or a Lunox or just a mage gold laner in general or just a different gold laner, even Valentina. He tried it and it never works out for him. So I think in terms of signature, in terms of comfort, it still has to be the marksman, as he's known for, the king of marksman in Indo.
I think that's fair as well. Edith gets banned out. The respect!
They read into it. They understood. And here we see FENIX blocking out Brand's picks. They're okay with the Claude.
So, they're okay with the Claude. Yeah, I was expecting the Claude first and then maybe consider the carry here, but the fact that they're banning out the carry does kind of give away information, right? That FENIX is looking to posture to make sure that they have at least a lot of tanks. EXP lane probably going to be attacked. Maybe they could also be looking to hold on to the Franco possibly if EVOS don't ban it out.
Oh yeah, no, EVOS is thinking Franco ban or Yuzhong ban.
Tough call, tough call. Yuzhong. They decided to go for the Yuzhong. All right, they want to make sure that Brands is going to be okay.
This is a no dragon zone.
No Dragon Zone. They're done with the Dragons, man. After game number 1 and 2, the Dragons are doing so much in the game.
One dragon being named Psychots. It's amazing. Game 1 and 2.
Despite
losing game 1.
Yeah, despite losing game 1, I'm just imagining Coach Age just looking at Psychots and like, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta ban this. And he's like, I understand. Ooh, Brody gets banned
They're
out.
so okay with the Claude.
Wow, they want him to play the Claude.
I think at this point, it's really because for FENIX, they might actually have better mid-control now with the roamer that they're actually thinking about. And with that, Brands isn't really going to be able to do much as he did previously on the Claude. The reason he was able to get so much space was because of that mid-control continuously going to the favor of EVOS Legends.
I suppose, but then again, if we really break this down in terms of mid-lane control, it's tough to out-push both the Eve and as well as the Kaja. We finally get to see the blocking coming in from Claude. That's to be expected. Coming back to FENIX, right? Again, same exact problem. How do you kind of maintain that control?
Here it is with a Franco, and whoa!
Rizla.
Royal Milk with his Rizla. Okay. I like it. Again, it's very clear. Still, even when the draft has to change drastically, FENIX still plays with their box. They love their box.
They're going to get a box some way, some form, whether it be a penalty zone or an RWM.
It's more like a bowl this time with the penalty zone.
Yeah, it's circular. It's circular. It's even the rough ways.
They've got some good combo components, I will not lie. Right? FENIX, it's all about just chaining the ultimates together.
And it's guerrilla warfare. They have great re-engage.
I think
better vision this time too.
Do they have better vision?
Taz is smiling. I have a feeling he might go for something like a Fanny here, but they go for the
Monster. Oh man.
I was hopeful. I was
same.
Monstaz.
Monstaz. We'll just go for the Martis, you know.
Martaz.
Anti-CC Martaz.
All right.
Martis does really well against a Lancelot, by the way. You
That's
know,
right.
like
Yeah,
the anti-CC, especially against a Kadena and a Franco.
Get out of penalty zones too?
More importantly, they can actually play for the early game. And I think that's all going to be something that's great coming in from EVOS Legends. But run me through it, boys, before we get into the Land of Dawn. Which do you feel is the stronger draft? I'm going to start with Leo, FENIX, or EVOS Legends.
If you are a conservative player and you just want to stick to what you know, I think EVOS drafted very well. Like, that's very comfortable for each and every one of them across the board. But when you're talking about potential, when you're talking about like the ceiling of their execution and what kind of firepower they're able to output, I love what FENIX has done here.
All right, all right. What about you, Mirko?
I think FENIX basically drafted the same way that they drafted in game 1 and 2. It's still the same issues here with a low mobility XP laner that can be completely punished by Brand So EVOS.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm going to lean towards FENIX, and I'm going to right off of your point, because you put it in perfect words, Leo. The skill cap, the potential coming out for FENIX is just so much higher. One single Iron Hook could change this game. And immediately we're going to go into the pause. Whoa, even the game itself, it's like, I can't handle this intensity.
Yeah, no, and is that not where FENIX wants to be? As a challenger, as a newcomer to MSC, you don't want to be the one responding to what's going on. You don't want to be the one who is put on the back foot. So with that being said, I think with the lineup that they have, again, the penalty zone, those hooks, and as well the Kadira, the first time we're seeing Mok here on a mid laner that dives, by the way, in this series. I think things are going to change, and so yes, that's why I favor FENIX.
Yeah, well, it looks like we have a Type 4 issue, which means probably something going on with their audio. They need to make sure that they have clean and crisp. It's super important that these headsets work for them just to make sure that they can communicate them with minimal delay. So don't worry, our marshals have got that covered. In the meantime, we get to discuss and theory craft a little bit more, because again, where do you attack on the map? And I feel with FENIX, they've got so many different angles that they can come from. It's a little bit more straightforward for EVOS Legends.
Walls are going to matter more for EVOS. They don't want to fight where it's tight. The opposite for FENIX, which works well for their box, because when you say box, you want an open field.
Yep.
But FENIX actually enjoys where it's tight, especially when you find this odd penalty zone with just two dudes. This is the kind of matchup we're in. If Royal Milk finds a penalty zone for two, he'll take it.
Neutral objective control is going to be the name of the game for the side of FENIX, right?
Which I'm exactly talking about, the turtle pit.
Exactly. Turtle pit, those round, those little clinch spots that you want to try to force EVOS in is going to be the main win condition for you. You need to try to bait that out. But the thing is, EVOS Legends have what it takes in game 1 and game 2, Brands with a split push.
No, here's the thing. The one thing that we didn't see from FENIX from Game 1 and Game 2 is the early lane swap, right? The EXP laners want to make an impact, and of course, Psychots was there for every single one of these turtle fights. I can't say the same for FENIX, but now with the Terizla, I expect him to match him every single time because Terizla is going to absolutely smash Lapu Lapu pre-level 4.
It'll be closer to 50-50 now. In Game 1 and 2, it was Lapu Lapu versus Yuzhong, Mincitar versus Yuzhong. So yeah, this time around, Terizla versus Lapu Lapu. Yeah, definitely. No, just on a step-by-step comparison, yeah, Terizla's very fast.
Yep, especially in that lane again. So we'll see whether it's going to be a point of contention, maybe even a pain point for EVOS Legends. They might even get that if it goes so badly in the EXP lane. They might need to call their junglers or maybe even a roamer just to show up, show presence to get that lane pressure.
I think the concern right now is the fact that XP lane is no longer that 1v1 lane that we knew from MSC2023 M4. Now it all relies on the mid as well, right? Mid control, I think earlier we kind of suspected that maybe FENIX wanted to go for better mid control, but with the Kadira and the Franco, I would still actually give it to Yves and Kaja to clear out this mid wave a little bit faster. So with that, they should be able to utilize that faster rotation into the XP lane to get a better position for Psychots to actually respond to the turtle first, which can change a lot of things.
And that's on a sustainability note, right? You're clearing mid waves much faster and you're able to stay for much longer. That's what FENIX is lacking. Franco and Kadira, they go in. You know when their ults are spent, they can't re-engage. They have to wait.
Here's the thing, right? I agree with all these points. Mid is going to be super important. However, the very, very start of the game, we have seen teams actually go with the formation of sending their mage up by the EXP to get their early level 2, while the support sits around in the mid lane, hits their own level 2, and then looks to rotate across to make as much impact in the widest net possible.
Which we didn't see much here at MSC.
Exactly.
It was all the rage at SEA Games. It was all the rage in the, playoffs that happened in the past couple of months. But now, what's going on? Has there been a change in the zeitgeist, in the culture, through the scrims? Because again, I don't know if it happened at Snapdragon.
It happened very often during the Snapdragon, right? But again, it's on condition. Like, how strong are you at level 2? And I think in this case for FENIX, it's the perfect time to do so because you're not going to get mid anyway. You might as well hit your level 2s and maybe start affecting this with the weaker side or maybe even the stronger side.
It's all very situational, right? And I think you're right. I think in this particular situation, that level 2 power spike is going to give FENIX so much more room to play with, so much more kill threat in the early game, kill pressure that they can place on EVOS Legends, because honestly, that's what they need to play with. Wave pressure isn't the way to go for them.
But it doesn't come for free. There's an opportunity cost to get that power spike, right? If you park your dudes in mid, you can rotate where you're needed. But if you go for the XP gambit, that's it. You're stuck there until you get there, all right? With that, is that game time? That's game time!
We're getting right into it. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be the very final match. Who's going to take it away? It's going to be FENIX on the blue side versus EVOS Legends on the red side. Let's find out. As we jump right into it, we don't see too much of an interaction through the mid lane, but no, we didn't get to see the cool maneuvers in the beginning.
No, they parked them both in mid, and that means we're at 50-50. No one got the checkmate. No one won.
They're just going to isolate their targets, right? I mean, Royal Milk, he's going to have the best time in the world in Psychots. After the punishment he received in Game 1 and Game number 2, this is like, all right, this is sweet, sweet revenge.
Yeah, both the gold laners as well, just playing it super passively. But again, Dreams on this Kaja, you can expect him to play more towards Brands. He wants to utilize this early, no-kill threat Kaja to just build some pressure, open up the map for Brands, giving him a safer lane. Meanwhile, Taz, the workhorse, is doing his thing once again. Fan giving a little bit of damage onto Dreams there, even using the Retribution to poke him down as Jex looks for a hook, gets. Hello, Taz. Oh, they might just be the full commit. My goodness gracious, Taz definitely, had a little bit of a surprise there.
Oh, they did. Luckily, Mock, he was very confident. He was like, okay, if we have enough damage, we can bait something out of him. We know if we, use that Petrify, we can guarantee the kill, but there's also the opportunity that the Mortal Coil goes through first.
Yeah, so with that, again, we're at a 50-50. No one lost out on anything. Taz didn't spend his Retribution out of panic. No battle spells from FENIX either, and now we're at clean 50-50 for this turtle.
Oh, Royal Milk still saving the penalty zone, jumping in already, doing some damage onto Taz, but Fan has taken a lot of damage as well, getting poked down by Hugement earlier. Dreams is waiting for level 4. Once he gets that, the Divine Judgment will give him a lot to say, but the Bloody Hunt locks him down in the rough waves. from Mach will pick up first blood for FENIX.
That was a really good call. They knew he wanted to get level 4. They were going to prey on him for it.
There was some level of conditioning there because so far in this 2-minute, 30-second game, oh, there's another hook!
Jax is lethal, and that Psychot. Another member falls. Taz, is he still going to try to look for this right now? He does have the Mortal Coil. He's going to jump in, and Taz out-retries Faye. Just walks in and jumps out with the retry win.
No way. We need to get some, honestly, well, I'm going to talk to Freddy later. In this game alone, what are the stats for the retributions between these two junglers? You never know who's going to get it.
Oh, that was amazing. Let's see what this 800 gold lead has done for FENIX. As you can see here, yeah, Benny can go either way. He can go for the early Hunter Strike, can build up quick to Blade of Despair. All this while Brands gets a pair of pants on first and keeping that gold lead very close. Again, 50, 30 gold between these two gold laners. We're off to a good start.
Very good start indeed. Again, I'm not seeing much aggression from either side, right? I expect to see EVOS being the aggressors here and looking to specifically punish like either Mach or even Jax. One or the other, right? It's hard to affect the side lanes without these two coming in for re-engagement and reinforcements at the same time.
Oh! Good hook, but that's going to be Dreams with the Divine Judgment. Locking Mach down. Good targeting. That Mach is still able to survive for a while. Good Mortal Coil and cancel it out though. That looked a bit iffy. Almost surviving.
All chat has my turn.
Revenge.
Dude, the timing on the Kadita passive actually fucking getting that heal bought that extra couple of seconds, and that could have been the difference maker there for FENIX. But unfortunately, at least EVOS, they walk away with it. Fine, no big deal. Let's see where else we can attack on the map.
Half a minute until this turtle goes up. So far, Feiyan and Taz have been on point, keeping their retribution when they need it, spending it when they don't. And so far, I'd like to think we've yet to see our XP laners join.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for. They're still not going to be part of this next team fight.
They're not. They're just going to keep them isolated here for now. We're seeing the early proxy and a quick recall coming in from FENIX's side. We're going to see Royal Milk maybe joining the party here?
Yeah,
yes.
He is. Psychos is making his way down as well, but he's taking his time with it now. Ooh, a cheeky little hook there from Jax. Taz is opening up the turtle side already. Hijume just giving some poke right there as Mach has in the position to go for the flank right now. Hijume doesn't have the Purify. Dreams unable to open up that side of the push just yet. Now Psychos jumps in with the Bravest Fighter. That's only the Bloody Hunt used up onto Psychos. Now he's lazy to went to the back line. The stun comes in, but Taz is able to find the Mortal Coil to take Royal Milk down. And just like that, EVOS Legends will be able to secure this turtle. Not for free, because look at Benny.
All right, a turtle for a turret, yet still I'd say EVOS won that out. They got a 2 for none, plus the turtle, at the cost of nothing. That's free 99. And plus they eventually get the push anyways, and Grand Theft Orange.
Yep. I gotta steal that. I'm gonna be stealing that real soon.
I'll allow it.
I love it. That's a great one. That is a great one. But at the same time, we need to talk about the conversion, right? Because now, EVOS Legends, they were able to get what they want. A neutral objective, they got a couple of kills, and more importantly, they took the entire bottom side jungler, the most important buff from them, as well as a tier 1. This is a great start.
Oh, Purify. Now Psychos with the Bravest Fighter instantly with the stun as well.
Oh.
That's the better trade, but it does nothing against the frontliners from EVOS Legends, who can soak it up and take the kill. And that's a snowball that we were talking about with the Martyrs, that potential 3-0-1.
Psychos had a small lead over Royal Milk. I saw that he was on his way to his own. Oh, wait!
Royal Milk, that's a flicker penalty zone. Hijume, no Purify this time, locked down.
Of course, as a caster, as soon as you mention something, it happens, right?
That's the curse, man.
That's the curse. That's the caster's curse. Specifically, it's not mirror curse. Caster's curse.
So
We gotta be very specific.
I was saying Royal Milk was actually trigger shy in that mid lane engagement, but then again, as soon as he saw that they can get, his Dreams!
Oh, Dreams actually gets out of that one. Phantom Execution in the
Pow!
back. Oh, that's the Divine
That's
Judgment.
the
He
pull!
conceals that, but the Thorn Rose gets him. Feiyan now trying to run away, but now just a little bit more damage. Decimation gets canceled away. Pulls him back. Taz still looking for more with the Bravest Fighter by Psychos. And the stun to lock Mach down. He still is able to escape. Brands is chasing him down with the Battle Mirror image. Even purified out of the breath of the ocean, and he takes Mach down 6-4 in the 7th minute.
I'm telling you, the fact that we have spaces in this arena not filled up, it's a disappointment. They need to be here to see this match. This is high-tier Mobile Legends.
Oh, that's a DPZ right there. Defensive penalty zone. FENIX is not ready for these fights, man. 2K ahead for EVOS, 7 minutes in. I don't expect Feiyan to try and take this. Yeah, Jax just made the call. Bro, they're too quick. They're too quick. Give this turtle away.
Yeah, not anymore. We can't take more damage. Not like this, and especially if it goes bad, that's going to make that 2.6k lead from the side of EVOS turn into a 5k, and then the mid game is basically done for.
Look at Psychos, man. He's making bank about 500, 600 gold ahead of his lane rival. And yeah, he's on his way to a beautiful dominance ice. That's going to do work against a majority of FENIX. That is going to make... That's such an investment. I love the dominance ice right here.
It really is. It really, really is. And it feels bad for Royal Milk, who's supposed to smash this lane matchup, but Psychots is just getting more out of these team fights than Royal Milk himself. Now keep in mind, FENIX, it's all about their ultimates. Without their ultimates, they're not going to engage.
They need to find the perfect penalty zone too. In contrast to Psychots, who's all right with maybe, all right, Bravest Fighter Part 1 here, and then I can keep the other charges when it matters, plus I have a flicker to play around with. Yeah, for Royal Milk, it's an all-in situation.
Yeah, the anti-CC really...
Whoa.
Oh, wait, Royal Milk. 3-man penalty zone, but he's going to be the one bursted down here. Taz with Decimation. Jax is looking for a concealed play. He flickers forward, finding some Brands there with the suppression. Jax is going to lose out on this immortality. The Rouge Passion is doing so much damage onto Taz, but he's still able to escape. It's the real world manipulation from Hijime. Takes Jax down. Brands down for 2. 2 for 1. Feiyan doesn't want to stop there. Rose Phantom execution to the back even. Just getting out of Dreams' range, even though he doesn't have the Divine Judgment.
Wow, I can't believe they found one back there. I thought it was definitely going to be a 2 for 1 for sure.
Yeah, he was fashionably late.
Yeah.
I could have sworn FENIX was done. And I was going to say, isn't Feiyan a little too late? But no, Feiyan is never late. He's always on time. Here, check it out again. Like, I wonder if that was well communicated. Or was it like a last minute thing? It was like, no, I can still do it.
I mean, look at the movements, right? Like Beatrix, specifically Benny, is super late to this particular fight, right? He takes the safe path around. And while this is happening, you can literally see Lancelot coming from the bottom side of the map to try and clean it up at the end of the day.
And clean up he did, but in the form of just one take. It's Hijime. Here's a Lord Dance.
Okay, Taz revealed Jax, now Bravest Fighter as well. They're just isolating Jax really well. Dreams finds the Divine Judgment onto Mock. Good read, right flickering in onto the bush instantly. Royal Milk trying his best to stay as that frontliner, staying and getting vision, but Feiyan will be gunned down, zoned away. EVOS Legends 3 for 0. This should just be a freelord over to the Tigers.
All right, yeah, maybe this time Feiyan was late. Maybe this time, all right.
Maybe this time, but you have to give it to Dreams. That game sense coming in from him, phenomenal, right? Again, that could have been a gambit whereby you don't have vision, you're flickering in, nobody's in there, guess what? You wasted a flicker for nothing, you look like an idiot. But this time, he is on point, so sharp right now, so hot.
And not just that, they started off on the best of feet. They denied the Franco the ult. He didn't get the bite on anybody.
Exactly.
They bursted down Jax even before he could respond. So I think, off of the back of that win, a free Lord, a 3 for none, EVOS can force the advantage, despite FENIX for sure being able to defend this against a level 1 Lord. They can use that to the next team fight's advantage. They can say, you know what, it's fine. Burst down on Jax, and then let's re-engage.
It just feels like EVOS Legends, they just need to initiate first. If they do that, FENIX will just completely they're going to be chaotic, and Royal Milk doesn't want that to happen. But it's a good disengage right now. Brand's still able to escape, but Feiyan follows him through. Brand's still able to cut away, but he will fall. Benny with a flicker forward. Now the Bunny Hunt locks him down. Psychos still able to sustain for a bit, goes in for the stun, but Taz is jumping in. That's a decimation. Taz is going for more, but Jax will flicker out EVOS Legends. I don't know how they recovered from that.
Yeah, they trade 2 for 2 somehow there, and Taz able to also get a big flicker coming out from Jax. So now, with the Lord pushing, this could be huge. This could be an inhibitor.
Oh, this is a clear win for EVOS. They're winning the lanes. They're winning team fights. Feiyan versus 3. Feiyan versus 3.
He missed the Thorn Rose. That just might be it right now. Taz is using that passive stack really well. Only getting him down to half HP, but with the Lancelot, I don't know, man. It's really hard to kill.
Taz is playing at ×2 playback speed. you see that, Martin? And that forced Jax to flicker out. So yeah, for a minute from now, he can't play aggressive. He can't bite down on Brands nor Hijume. Let's look at the items this time around. Oh, it's interesting to see that despite Benny having this kind of items, I'd say Brands has been more aggressive in the past 5 minutes. Right? Like,
yeah, no, you're entirely right. I mean, especially with the way that the game has been going on so far, I feel like, Benny has been targeted, but not as much as he was in game number 2 itself. He shows up late on purpose. He makes sure that the team goes for that big combo, but keep in mind that he works very, very closely with either Mach or Jex, depending on the situation. Less with Royal Mill because of the clapback from EVOS Legends.
making sense. Mach and Jex are interchangeable. The Kadira combo plus Petrify works the same way as a hook bite down.
Exactly.
They both serve up to give a kill to Benny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Thing is, right now, FENIX, again, they just need to go for these 5v5s, but at this point, I think that goal lead is really, really starting to hurt them, right? Like, Benny isn't able to close the distance, and even if he closes the distance, the damage is certainly not enough right now.
It's a significant 2.5K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some 2Ks are huge, some 2Ks are small. This falls on the former.
Yep.
Wind of Nature, Brands.
Yes, this is what we were looking for, right? As soon as we hit that 42K mark, EVOS Legends, especially for their cores, will have their item power spike in comparison to FENIX, who aren't there just yet. But if they delay this, if they reset the Lord at least maybe 1 or 2 times, they should be able to hit their own power spike.
Oh, Dreams. That's going to be concealed by Jex. Nobody spots him just yet, but there you go. Dreams has finally spotted him, able to escape. Ooh, Hijume. Good sidestep to escape from that Iron Hook. But FENIX have got a pretty good opening now onto the Lord. Taz is doing a good job at just trying to reset it, but he's keeping it at bay, just buying some time. And look at this, exactly what they did in game number 2. Brands is going to be in the side, but now FENIX trying to go for a Taz with a Mortal Coil. He's still going to go for it, but the Bloody Hunt locks him down, and that's going to be a free retribution for Fayad. Now it's going to be a 4v5 play right now, as Benny's going to be able to go for the Wesker onto the back line. That's the Defiant Judgment to lock Benny down. Taz somehow still able to survive, dodging here and there, bobbing and weaving. Taz is alive, and Evo somehow come out on top in a 4v5.
No way Taz lives that. How does he get away with this?
Yes, way Taz lives through that. EVOS Legends understood the situation. They knew that they lost the Lord.
No way,
but they're gonna push it.
Psychops with the stun, Rough Wave still comes through. Now Fayad trying to clear out the waves. The puncture is perfect. He gets out and he defends his base turret.
This Lord for FENIX marching up through top lane is so expensive. Yes, they are going to buy some time. They're going to be able to spawn back and regain some parts of the map. But it was super expensive at the cost of Royal Milk and Benny. They need both for the next engagement. So yeah, they get to push up top. There's this wave that they're forcing Psychos to answer down bottom. But I don't think it buys them much in terms of team fights, at least in the coming minute or so.
For now, I mean, both sides still looking for opportunities to punish the other, but I think especially with the mid wave already staggered, right? They only have 2 waves to really care about. And the outer turrets, yes, you can fall. That's totally fine. At the end of the day, they're still looking for that opportunity. Find that information. That's why they're sniffing out. That's why Dreams is playing a lot more forward in spite knowing that Jex has that Iron Hook. As soon as he uses it, he gets even more aggressive.
Speaking of forward, y'all fellas think that Benny may have buttoned off more than he could chew. Like, he flickered forward earlier, right? On the shotgun. He's doing it like it's 2021.
You're right. Literally, 2021, the Beatrix Wesker combo. And unfortunately, the hitbox is just not there. It's not the same as it was before. And even the damage is not definitely far off. But, oh, good hook, Jex. With Bloody Hunt. Oh, what? I didn't know that interaction was possible. Taz gets out with a Mortal Coil despite getting Bloody Hunted, and now Dreams. There's a pull. The flicker forward. Here, have a taste of your own medicine, but the penalty zone locks him in place. He's going to be able to purify out of the Iron Hook right now. Psychos jumps into the back line with the damage. It's not going to be enough. That's a good flicker by Benny. Brands will still be able to take one down. Psychos still surviving, but Benny is still alive. He flickers forward, and Benny might have just been able to do it. What a nature. Brands double kill, looking for some more. He's able to equalize a bit, but look at the minion wave crashing down the base.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna lose this inhibitor turret all off this fight. 3 for 2 in favor of FENIX.
Plus an inhibitor takedown. The penetration, that's permanent damage that EVOS has to deal with. And through that, the turn of tables, FENIX are now the aggressors.
That's the Odyssey. They're not really going to go for anything else. Brands actually sells out probably the win nature there for the immortality. And FENIX will not be able to do anything else.
Wow.
EVOS Legends lose 2 base turrets.
Oh my goodness, losing 2 inhibitor turrets off of that interaction alone, that's some devastating losses considering the kill score. I mean, it's 11-17.
All right, I stand corrected. I eat my words. FENIX have made the most of that expensive Lord from previous. And now, here's a Luminous one. I'm not sure if it's going to get evolved, though. But yeah, this is... We were talking about massive 2K gold leads, right? I think this 500 gold lead is pretty big, too. Right? Oddly enough.
These leads are getting rather nuts here. And I don't know. The linear paths that we've been seeing from all the members from FENIX and as well as EVOS' side, they're starting to really understand it, right? They've conditioned each other. They're really taking into account who makes that very first move. And I think especially for FENIX, it is a little bit more straightforward, right? It's very dependent on their ultimate. But for EVOS, they need to take their time with it. And especially with the interaction that we saw earlier with the Bloody Hunt, as well as the Mortar Coils, if they can replicate that all over again, they might be able to make it happen.
Look at this. Look at bot. Look at bot.
Is nobody going to respond? No, we are seeing 2 people come in.
Yeah, Roamer Gold duo.
Look at Lord, though. The Lord is already down to half of his HP. Feiyan wants to go for the commitment already, and Royal Milk is trying to zone Taz away. They have vision on Taz, and they have that mini-wave consistently just pushing down at the bottom lane. Conceded over. EVOS Legends cannot withstand that macro split push, that forced error.
Cleanest Lord take in this 18-minute game.
Yes.
All the others have been
And they lose a base turret.
all the way.
Serious? Oh my goodness. It feels like they just looked at EVOS Legend one time, they saw Brand split pushing in game number 2, and they're like, we're taking that.
We can do that too.
We can do it better.
And this.
And this.
Thanks.
This is brutal. And I mean, they timed it well with the lore, with the lore being taken on almost pretty much a 3-second interval with the wave pushing. Let's see how this fight occurs.
3 waves, they're doing pretty well right now. Micromanaging right. That's gonna be Feiyan actually dodging all the way. Dream's gonna be able to find Mock right there as Brands picks up the mega kill. Penalty zone onto 2 members. Feiyan's still gonna be in the back right there. The place it comes down, but it's still gonna be Benny hitting the back, dealing some damage, but it is gonna be ultimately EVOS Legends who shoved them back. Royal Milk gets isolated completely, and it's turned around again. It's a 2-4-0 for the Tigers.
Amazing defense by EVOS Legends here. They punished FENIX, and we were talking about leads, right? That was a small 2.5k lead, right? From a large 500 gold lead to a small 2.5k gold lead, EVOS Legends understood the defensive dynamics, and we'll see here again in the replay exactly how they did that.
Right, let's take a look at this defense, right? Because all the ultimates were blown here, and almost immediately we see Claude instantly finding that first initial pick. Once the ultimates are down, and you saw, Royal Milk didn't get too much out of his penalty zone. The rest of the teams slowly swarmed around it to punish the rest of the team members one by one.
Oh, what happened here? Jack suddenly got caught. That's going to be stunned. Mock jumps into the back line, but Hijime is able to purify out of that right now as the rough waves gets Mock to safety. Feiyan, Phantom execution back defensively. And EVOS Legends will not be able to crack that base open, but they were really close. 1 hit away.
You can't miss a beat here. You can't blink. You can't leave to go to the bathroom. Take your phone with you if you're watching. But just the same, I have to say, the fact that Royal Milk is sitting at 1-5-5, his Festival of Blood not doing much. So even if he does get to swing at maybe 2 or 3 people with the penalty zone, he's not as sustainable. So that's maybe one key to why that siege in the potential end for FENIX didn't work out. So I'm guessing EVOS is going to play to that strength. They understand that, hey, Royal Milk ain't so bad.
I mean, he's playing Terizla. He scales off very naturally, and I mean, look, his items, he's just dedicated to being a frontline tank, right? That's his main goal, and that's all that he wants to do.
KOD Feiyan, he's going full damage.
El Clasico.
Wow.
He's had it.
Yeah.
I assume this is where Taz would have gone if time went on, if the game didn't end. You know what? Fine, I'll do it myself. That's what Feiyan's saying here.
But again, we have been seeing Lancelot particularly not liking Hijime, right? He's been getting right on top of him, trying to get as many auto attacks on him as he can, but still, it's a lot of health to get through, especially when he has that brute force breastplate.
And Ice Queen 1, Ice Queen was some HP, man.
That's true.
And some sustainability. So I love it. This is the response from FENIX's jungler, who has been doing quite a bit on the map. He's no longer just for clearing waves, no longer just for farming the jungle or major objective takes like this Lord. I think he's understood the fact that, yo, I have to start killing. Much like Taz. Look at Taz, man. 9-1 and 9. Woo.
Right.
Taz has been having an amazing game. That's an amazing series.
He has been playing out of his mind. And in this game, he's really popping off. But this is where you see a lot of the macro movements, right? Especially for EVOS Legends, right? They don't have any inhibitors. Like
waves.
FENIX, they can force it out of them. They can take the time. Yeah, Taz, dance around with it. Look at your waves. Your team cannot support you for that long.
Look at Benny, all right? Benny and Jax, you said it, Leo. The only thing that he's missing from his arsenal is that split push maneuver, and right now he's looking for it, right? The fact that only Psychots is in the back. But EVOS Legends noticed something fishy. They noticed that Benny and Jax are missing from the fray
got
right
revealed.
now. Oh, they conceal all the way in the bottom lane right now, but Feiyan's gonna be able to deal some damage onto Dreams. That's gonna be the bottom lane. Turn it down, Flicker, and the stun. Jax gonna be caught away, and they actually disengage for the Lord, so they will not even be able to find that FENIX. They did not commit. Royal Milk is caught. He's not this mobile, so he can't get slowed down now with Retribution as well. That's a Divine Judgment to lock him down. This should just be, with another Blazing or Bravest Fighter. It's another lockdown. Mock with the Petrify, still trying to save him away. That's an Immortality bought in time. Royal Milk with the penalty zone now surviving. Brad's dashing away, using Battle Mirror Image to escape from the Venice Rage. But Royal Milk will certainly fall, and it's a 2-0 free for EVOS Legends.
Oh, the commitment. We needed to see the commitment from FENIX to chase them down all the way to the very end.
There was a pincer maneuver there, so for sure, somewhere, somehow. But yes, there may have been some hesitation along the way, and FENIX just like half of them, 2 out of 5 said, yeah, no, let's not do that. And that's what resulted in the free pickoff, and eventually a free Lord for EVOS, unless Fan has something to say about it?
Well, again, it's Fan. He's on Lancelot. He can turn this 50-50 very quickly around, but it's on the assumption that Dreams doesn't catch him first.
Do they want to risk all of it here? Fans of execution, Feiyan looking for it now. Puncture in as well. Feiyan's very low. Retry still Taz gets it. Everything's thrown out, and Dreams now is going to be able to find a Divine Judgment onto Mock, locking him down. The Decimation comes through. The Immortality is going to be popped away, but it's still EVOS Legends who come out on top, 2-0 with the Lord.
Lord coming here in 5 seconds. Mind you, Feiyan and Mock are out for 50. This is going to be a dangerous defense. If it's ever going to happen, I think EVOS smells blood in the water.
They know it, and it only takes about less than that. Like, honestly, about 15 seconds from here on out until we see that Lord crash on, especially with the waves. And even better, EVOS is clearing the waves for it as well. They want to end this quick.
That's the Lord in the mid lane, 1 hit away. Dreams with the conceal, flickering forward. Benny is going to be caught in the Divine Judgment. The Tigers claw their way to a victory, starting slow but decimating everything in their way. EVOS Legends have reverse swept FENIX.
The crowd, you can hear them even from here. They are excited, and it's great to see that EVOS Legends come into form, but what a battle against FENIX. Every step of the way attacks, every moment, every minute that passes, a death, something to learn. Oh my goodness. Myanmar coming out 1-2 against EVOS Legends kind of gives us a good power scaling for the rest of the tournament.
I love it. I love it. The fact that we've given an MVP over to Psychots, we've given an MVP over to Benny in game 1. When is Taz gonna get his nod? Taz played out of his mind.
This is the time.
Right here, it's Taz time.
It better be. It better be.
I hope so.
I feel, oh man. Teams, they're gonna go fist bump up there. They gotta show their respect, but man, they gotta be happy. What a battle this has been. Oh my goodness, the crowd is loud.
Man, I feel like I'm in Jakarta, but no, we are in Phnom Penh, but there are a lot of EVOS fans here.
A whole lot of EVOS fans in the building, all just cheering for them as they win again. Reverse sweep. The fact that we called it, they start slow, and their start was pretty good, so that was a scary EVOS. This new, refinement that they have made.
On a micro scale, taking it game per game, it's uncanny. We're not used to this. But when you watch the series as a whole, that's EVOS.
That's EVOS.
Honestly, that was playoff material. Straight off from the bat. Again, we were expecting to see, plays like this to start happening towards the later segments of the tournament. Start things off slow, go feel it out. But the format has forced these teams to really focus down on consistency and making sure that they start hot. Momentum is key, and honestly, it is working in the favor of EVOS Legends, but you have to be a little proud of these FENIX boys.
I'm proud of both of them. This was a series worth watching. And dare I say, we mentioned it earlier about game 2, wherein we're wondering what RSG Slate might be thinking. What RSG Slate is SG is thinking right now. Maybe Group B really is the group of death. Right? It's a 2-1.
It is a 2-1.
Points for everybody.
Oh, the chances for tiebreakers is actually now a possibility because it's not a sweep.
Oh, you're right. You're right. The tiebreaker possibility is certainly going to be there now. And RSG and FENIX got to be careful, right? With that loss, they are at a position where it's going to be very, very tough. A lot of pressure placed onto them, and especially after the game, reverse sweep. What does that have? The toll that it has on the team morale-wise, right? And mentality-wise, because they were very much in the lead. Even in game number 3 there, they had the chance to end. They had 3 waves pushing with an evolved Lord.
Let's look at our MVP of this game. Come on, give it to us. Give it to the boy. Yes! Taz is going to be walking away as the MVP of this match. 10, 1, and 14.
Monstaz, it's Taz time.
Oh.
From workhorse to highlight player. Give this man his dub. I love it.
He needs it. He needs it.
I do not exaggerate when I say he was playing at ×2 playback speed at some point in that mid game. I love it. And you see here, that winner truncheon, folks, he was just juggling. He was in the midst of a big team fight. He got his immortality popped. Fast fingers.
That
on
first
this young
turtle,
man.
though, that first turtle steal. Oh my god, the steals that he was able to make in this game. We kind of, doubted him game number 1 after a few steals from FEIAN. We were like, wait, Taz, this isn't really the Taz I know. The Taz that usually wins the retreat battles, but it's in typical EVOS fashion. They start slow.
Yep, and check out his heat map for the mid game from 5 minutes to 15. Post laning into those Luminous Lords. You'll see how he's just so on point. He will be able to rotate and then sit there. If anything, a lot of times, Taz was initiating a Lord dance, but FEIAN would not give it. There were times when we would pan over to the Lord pit, and then the Lord would be on Taz all the way. I don't know why, but this might just be Taz's brand of Lord dances. I want to see more of it.
I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable with it overall. Personally speaking, why I feel uncomfortable with it is the fact that, again, there are times when you need to start resetting, but FEIAN, what he does is really great. And we might actually get to catch it in one of these fights, right? But overall, EVOS has been playing a phenomenal game. And FEIAN, if he walks up just a little bit closer, he refuses. He refuses to let this Lord reset, making it awkward for both sides. It's like, now I have to make a hard decision. Do I let this go, or do I just commit to it?
And Taz makes those decisions seem easy to make, right? Even if it's very difficult, and that's why we're giving him the nod.
Oh, he deserves it. Look at him go, just popping off time and time again, even when all seems lost. No inhibitors whatsoever. Taz is still going to be there, looking to peel, looking to push away the waves to give his crystal space to breathe.
I have a confession to make. Mirko, while you were casting the finals of MPL ID Season 11, at the end, after every game, right? Wherever Brands is getting his buff stolen away and they still claw their way into victory, I'm like, Taz deserves more.
Oh,
and here,
for sure.
on the international stage, we start day 1 with Taz getting what he deserves.
Taz is definitely a very underrated jungler who, hasn't really seen those flashy plays because he's been forced onto the utility role. But now you could really see, once he gets adjusted to that role, even in the utility role, he manages to carry and he manages